Today we are in Boise, Idaho, and we are at Respawn Games. And we are here because we are driving home from Las Vegas from Pink Gorilla's grand opening. It was the perfect time to check out some stores we've never been to. And I just heard that this place just opened only a couple months ago. So I looked through all the Super Nintendo. There's a few boxed ones here, mostly sports, and of course we have them. I was hoping to at least find maybe one cartridge that we needed, but also no luck there. So it turns out we've actually been to this next store, VIP Game Store, and I thought that we had never been to Boise, but I guess we have been. So that last store, obviously they've only been open for a couple months, we've never been there, but we have been to this one, and I think the next couple stops as well.
Cooper was like, we haven't been to Boise, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've been to Boise. And he was like, we haven't been to Boise. And then we came up here, and I was like, yeah, we've been here before. And he was like, oh.
Last time we were here at this store till they closed, and then the owner rode away on a bicycle. So although I didn't find any cartridges that we need, or complete in box games, or even manuals, technically, I did get this one. This is a CIB game that we do not have yet, but I was like, for $4, if I get the manual now and then I come across a box and cartridge in the future, it'll already be complete. And if I come across a complete one, then I'll have an extra $4 manual, not a big deal. So glad I found at least something. So we're actually at our last stop, which is 8-Bit Plus Gaming, and unfortunately we did have a couple more stops planned, but we have to get home to pick up our dog because to take this trip we had to have somebody watch her, and we have to pick her up by 9 p.m. and we are many hours and multiple states away still. So this is gonna be our last stop, but don't worry, we do have some more stuff that I'll show you guys in the game room that we picked up actually before this road trip. I was curious about the Hagane and the Shantae.
Yeah.
They have so many bangers here. We need 3 ninjas, but unfortunately, this is a loose cartridge. Super cool to see the Star Fox Super Weekend. There's so many good games. And even the box stuff. This is all of their boxed Super Nintendo, and these are all bangers. Zero, Pocky Rocky 2, Brandish, Robotrek, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. This is pretty crazy. More Super Nintendo in here, and once again, they are basically all bangers. They have a little play area over here with like movie theater seating. That's so cool. They just have like every top tier game for each console. This is pretty crazy. Well, that place was pretty awesome. And yeah, last time we came here, they were in like a little corner inside of a car dealership, which was super weird.
It was definitely interesting. It's like, makes it memorable. It
sounds like this is their second location after that. So they moved out of the car dealership to a spot and then moved here. But this place is super cool. Their inventory was crazy. The employee working was really awesome. He was super nice. And yeah,
about this.
Don't have enough awesome stuff to say about that store. That was really cool. Unfortunately, nothing that I needed for the Super Nintendo collection, but I have no complaints about that place. That was awesome. Good last stop. Wish we could stop it more, but we gotta get home and get our puppy from the dog watcher. So
I miss her.
So we're gonna get to that.
Dog watcher.
From the dog watcher.
Dog.
But check this out, guys. Next clip will be in the game room, showing you some other stuff that I picked up. We made it back home, and then a month went by. Yes, but just because we didn't find a lot of stuff at the few game stores we visited while in Boise, doesn't mean we're about to have a Super Nintendo Quest video where we don't add anything to the collection. So, I broke a little bit of one of my rules, and I had to get some stuff off of eBay. The only reason I did this is because finding it in person is becoming impossible, but I'm still not just going on eBay and buying the games I need. I actually bought some stuff on eBay that my chances of finding in person are probably even slimmer than the games I still need, and that is a bunch of instruction manuals we needed. And I mentioned, I think in the previous video, that I want to have all of the manuals and cartridges for these boxes that we already have before we get the last CIB game we need, because I think it'd be super lame to get that last game and be able to show it off in the video for you guys, but then be like, well, technically the set's not complete because we still need 10 manuals and 5 cartridges. That's kind of dumb. So I'm trying to get those out of the way. So that's what I have done. First up, I picked up the Killer Instinct strategy guide that goes in the console bundle that we picked up a few videos back. I also got the poster for Math Blaster, and then I got manuals for Super Chase HQ, World Heroes, Mario's Early Years Preschool Fun, NHL 98, The Incredible Crash Dummies, War 3010, Radical Rex, Radical Psycho Machine Racing, and the big one, Realm. These manuals have been impossible to find so far, and I don't think that I would have been able to get them in person, so unfortunately, going to eBay is my best bet for stuff like that. You may also remember in the last SNES Quest video, which was at the SideQuest Expo in Portland, I picked up a Mario RPG for display only box. And I was doing a little bit of research, adding it to my collection spreadsheet, and I was like, man, some of these are pretty cheap. And I have heard that there's a lot of reproductions floating around, but they're basically identical to the originals, so it's gonna be very hard to tell what's what. But I did pick up a few more of these for display only boxes on eBay, just to have them in the collection because I think that they're cool. So we have Pilot Wings, Kirby's Dream Course, F-Zero, which is a player's choice one, and lastly, Tetris Attack. So these are not part of the set or anything like that, but I do think that they're kind of cool, so I figured I'd show them in the SNES Quest video right here for you guys. So you guys probably remember this box for War 3010 that I got in the last video from John Hancock. As you can see, it came with the poster, registration card, precautions booklet, and Nintendo Power insert, but no actual manual. And as you guys just saw, I picked up the manual off eBay, so now I only need the cartridge. But oh, guess what we got? That's right. One of our regular customers at the store brought this in. He knew that I needed it, and so he brought that in for us. So this game is now fully complete. But that's not the only thing that he brought. He also brought me this beautiful copy of NBA Give and Go. And for whatever reason, this little NBA game here has been impossible for me to find. It's one of the last few sports games that we needed for the set, and I've actually had an instruction manual for this for quite some time just in case I came across a box and cartridge, but the one that he brought was complete, so now I have an extra manual that's going to go to the store. And I'd be satisfied if this was everything that we got for this video here. We got a bunch of manuals that we needed, we got a cartridge, we got another game marked off the list, but that is not it either. I actually purchased a bundle of games from someone who was selling some stuff to the store. They mailed them in, and it was a bundle of boxed Super Nintendo games, and they had one in that lot that we needed, and that is Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers, the last Power Rangers game that we needed for the set, and very happy to get this one. I barely ever see this cartridge when I'm out game hunting too, so complete in box. I feel like I probably would not find it in person, so it's not, it's not finding it at a game store or finding it at a convention, but it wasn't through eBay, and I'm trying to avoid as much as I can outside of those manuals, of course. So I have played the other Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game, the standard beat 'em up. That game's amazing. I beat that one, but I've never played this one. So you know what? Let's check this game out. Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers is the third Power Rangers game on the Super Nintendo. I don't know if it was actually released last, but there are two other ones. And I played a lot of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game, which is a really, really cool beat 'em up. This one is a racing game, pretty similar to Mario Kart, or even similar to the last game that I played in this series, which was the F1 Redline Racer, or whatever that was called. This game is definitely better than that one, but it's obviously nowhere near as good as Mario Kart. So I was playing as the Yellow Ranger, and it took a little bit to get used to the controls and the drifting, because it's pretty much just accelerate, steer, and then drift to go around the corners and take the turns a little bit tighter. And it took maybe 1.5 laps to kind of get that down, and then I came in first in my first 2 races. Seemed pretty easy. Once I got a hold of like the drifting mechanic, it wasn't difficult to kind of like stay on the track. And then after that, I got to like the second race, I guess, or like the second stage, whatever it is, and I got my butt handed to me. For some reason, the difficulty ramped up insane, and I fell off the stage a couple times, and I even got lapped by the person in first place, by the computer that was in first place. So, not a fantastic game. It's not bad. If I had this when I was a kid, I could definitely see myself wanting to play it a little bit more, but there are so many other better racing games out there that you could play instead of this one. Definitely check out the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Super Nintendo game, but the Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers maybe is one to skip. But no, that cannot be it. We can't only get a couple boxes or manuals or something in an SNES Quest video. So I have a few more. These ones actually came from somebody on Whatnot, and I saw that they were doing a sale where all they were selling were basically boxes and manuals. And I sent them a message and I was like, hey, do you have anything on this list? And they're like, yeah, I have these 3. So we worked out a deal, bought the stuff through Whatnot, they shipped it over. There are no cartridges here. These are just boxes and manuals, or maybe even just boxes. I can't remember if anything here is missing a manual, but 3 games we needed. We have, well, boxes. Dream TV. That's the first one. We also have Speed Racer. And finally, we have Street Hockey 95. And just like every other game that we're still looking for, I have not been able to find these anywhere. And you guys know, we've been all over various states and been buying things for my store. People are mailing in collections. Some of the games we still need are just impossible to find in person. So I'm doing my best. These ones came from Whatnot. I think that's a little bit better than eBay. It's not quite the same. And unfortunately, no cartridges here, so we can't try these out yet. But now I have 3 more cartridges to add to the list to look for, and possibly another manual or 2. So we are getting so close to finishing this set. I cannot believe it.